as well as Senator John Hustad, that as Lieutenant Governor has been part of our development and progress here in the state of Ohio, and now in the U.S. Senator, is a great ally of Cleveland Cliffs and the working people of Ohio, as well as Secretary of State Frank LaRose, whom is part of the Dwine administration and has been instrumental in putting in place policies that benefit Ohioans and the working people of this great state. We are extremely, extremely pleased with the fact that we're able to invest $150 million to build this beautiful, bright annealing line that produces this type of coil of stainless steel that you see to your left, mirror type of finishing, high-tech line based on hydrogen, replacing acid that is not exactly environmentally friendly. Hydrogen is super clean, to the benefit of the community surrounding this plant in Coshocton, and producing material that will replace imported steel that comes from Finland through Mexico and steals our market, and steals our market is not good enough. It steals our livelihoods, it steals our jobs, destroy middle class. Imported steel and imported appliances destroy the American middle class. So the biggest revolution that's happening right now is we have a president in the White House that finally we have someone that understands what jobs, real jobs, middle class jobs, sustaining type of jobs that can sustain middle class type of lives are. President Trump with Section 232 tariffs, don't mix Section 232 tariffs with Liberation Day tariffs. I understand Section 232 tariffs. The tariffs that were applied on steel on March 12, 2025, started at 25% and now are at 50%, because there's an unwavering commitment from President Trump to sustain middle-class jobs, to bring back manufacturing to this country. Not as an abstract concept. It's things like the ones I'm talking here. We are now producing in Ohio something that used to be produced in Finland, and because it could not come straight from Finland to the United States, would do a pit stop in Mexico and then through the back door landing in your livelihoods. And that's what we are stopping by doing investments. By the way, there's no problem to invest in the United States of America when you have the market conditions to survive as a business. Mike Dwine, John Hustad were with me when we proposed a $1 billion investment in Toledo. We made it happen. So money is not a problem. We need to have the political wherewithal to support the businesses that will deploy the capital and get it done for the benefit of the people. Who are the people? The people are these people, mainly the people that are wearing orange in the background. So I'm talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that are not in orange, but are also employees of Cleveland Cliffs. So they know what I'm talking about. It's reality. It's not blah, blah, blah. It's not promising billions and billions and billions and billions that nobody's seeing. So I'm talking about $1 billion that we put in Toledo. It's there, and I said it would generate 130 jobs, generated 160, generated thousands of jobs during construction. We did with absolutely no safety concerns, absolutely no problem at all, on time through COVID. Through COVID, in a time that we did not even know how to operate, we had to reinvent ourselves in order to finish that construction. So this line was a walk in the park in comparison with that one. But it's extremely, extremely, extremely important for this part of the state of Ohio. So having my friends from Ohio here, and I'm missing two, Senator Bernie Moreno, that could not make it today due to family concerns, and Representative Troy Balderson, who is in Washington, D.C., still voting the big, beautiful bill. John, I had to call him and say, hey, can you please vote this thing? I need you there with me. No, I didn't do that. But anyway, the Senate got it done. Now the House needs to do it. Troy is not here. Our congressman is not here because of that. So, Ohio is the place to be. Because of the people, because of the educational system, and more than anything, because of politicians that understand what red tape is, how can we cut red tape the right way, how can we make things move forward. And there's a new generation coming, and Secretary of State LaRose will be talking about that for sure, that shares this long-term belief of someone like Mike Dwine. We have one more thing to do in order to get things done. We need to have affordability back. And affordability is not selling cheap stuff. The American dream is not about buying cheap stuff. The American dream is about being able to sustain a family, to make people go to school, make a teenager to go to a technical school that will land a job in a manufacturing facility, or having the same kid going to college and becoming a doctor or a lawyer or something. That's the American dream. And in order to do that, we need to be able to buy things and finance things. And we will not be able to do that while the Federal Reserve is politicized against a government that works for the people of the United States of America. It's not about cutting rates anymore. It's about bringing rates to reality and fast. And it's not cutting 25 basis points just to check the box with Wall Street. We need real cuts. We need to be able to bear the monthly payments of a mortgage. We need to be able to buy a car and finance the car. As simple as that. It's easy to kill that if you have the wrong fed, the wrong appetite to help what's good for the people of America. We are the real America. Being here in Coshocton with you today is a great day for me, and I'm sure for my friends here at the table. At this point, I would like to invite Kurt Nicely. He is our president of the local 3462 UAW. Kurt will say a few words.
Hello everyone, I am Kurt Nicely, President of UAW Local 3462 here in Coshocton. I'd like to start off by recognizing some of our special guests today, Senator John Hustad, Governor Mike Dwine, Secretary of State Frank LaRose. Thank you gentlemen for being here, along with our Cleveland Cliffs Executive Board and our local dignitaries. I'd like to start off thanking you, Mr. Hustad, and all your co-workers at the federal government for addressing the needs of the American steel market. Had it not been for the 232 tariffs that have put in place, we would not remain competitive in the global market on any level of steel. Our country produces the best and highest quality steel in the world. Your 232 tariffs in place are going to allow us to continue to do that. American steel manufacturing is essential for our country to continue to grow and be prosperous. I feel secure in saying that every American steel worker thanks you for leveling the playing field and allowing us to remain competitive. This ribbon cutting today marks a big thing for Coshocton, Cleveland Cliffs. Had it not been for the leadership of Cleveland Cliffs and your belief in the Coshocton workforce here, our facility would be able to remain competitive in the ever-tightening stainless steel marketplace. This new vertical anneal line will not only keep Cliffs Coshocton Works as the premier supplier of quality stainless steel in the world, but it will also enable us to widen the gap between us and our competitors. I'd like to recognize some of the individuals here in Coshocton that worked on this line to make it happen. From our salary division, in our engineering department, we have Scott Mullman, Jim Tedrick, Chris Rohr, and Jacob Newland. Our AP supervision of Jody Bolden and Derek Heindel. Our maintenance department, Jordan Regal and Tristan Miser. Our safety managers, Frank Klein and Russell Maroney. And from our hourly union workforce, our skilled trades department, Tom Sturts, Dylan Bourne, Damon Outward, Rick Prince, and Rand Zimmer. Our hourly safety coordinator, Craig Schreiber. Last and certainly not least, our hourly production union workforce. These gentlemen will not only be responsible for making sure that this line runs successful, they will also be tasked with training all the individuals that work on this line. Chris Bice, Jeff Bradford, Rusty Holsworth, Dustin Angle, Jason Stockdale, and Jay Wheeler. All these Cliffs employees that I've just mentioned have spent thousands and countless hours working with union contractors to develop this site from what was a grassy field 4 years ago to what we see here today. Please give these gentlemen a round of applause. I'm going to wrap this up, but I'd like to talk a little bit about Cleveland Cliffs in general. You cannot walk into one of our 3 local high schools without seeing something that has been touched by Cliffs. Whether it's the donation to a scoreboard, the remodeling of a locker room, or something as simple as a retractable American flag for indoor events, Cliffs help provide that. One of the things that we do here locally annually is our local county fair. The union and the company work together to go support 4-H projects. That is a direct individual reach out and community support. And our plant manager, Troy Balo, makes all those things happen on his own time. This vertical anneal line is going to affect the entire community. We all know about large projects that are going on in our state. There were tax breaks, there were considerations taken. None of that happened here. Cliffs built this with American steel, a lot of which the labor and the parts came from right here in Ohio. So it's my hats off to Cliffs leadership for assuming the cost of building this building here. This directly benefits the community, because when you cover a roof and add on to a facility like this, it raises your taxes and everything alike. They took on that cost. That's going to benefit our small part of Ohio here. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Good. Appreciate it.
It's now my pleasure to introduce Governor Mike Dwine.
Great. Good.
Well, good morning, everyone. Lourenco and I first met, as he told you, when I was Attorney General. And I left that meeting thinking he's a great guy, but he just needed a little more enthusiasm or passion. Seriously, what really impressed me was he wanted to make steel, he wanted to make it in the United States, he wanted to make it right here in the state of Ohio. And John Husted and I, John of course was Lieutenant Governor then, were just so very, very impressed by him, by the company, by the team, his commitment to the workers. It's just phenomenal. So this is a great day. This is a great day for Ohio. This is a great day for Coshocton. This is a great day for our country. Ohio has historically been this great manufacturing state, and we never stopped being a great manufacturing state. But it's been people who have vision and workers like we see here today who have built this country. And making steel in the United States is about jobs. It's about good paying jobs. It's also about national security. It's so very, very important that we make the essential things that we need right here in the United States, that we're not dependent on China, that we're not dependent on other countries. One of the lessons that we learned during the pandemic is just that. We have to make it here. We have to make the essential things here. And I joke about Lourenco's passion, but he has great passion, and he understands that. He understands the importance for this country of making it here. So a great, great day. To the workers, thank you. Thank you for what you do. Cleveland Cliffs, thank you for your commitment to the community. It matters. Wherever Cleveland Cliffs goes, they invest in the community, whether it's a scoreboard, as you said, or whatever it is, but they're part of the community because the workers are here. We should not also forget today the people who built this. Almost all Ohio workers, trades. We're very, very proud of our Ohio trades. We work with them very, very closely. We make things in Ohio. We produce things in Ohio. We build in Ohio. So a tremendous day. The steel finish of this facility will be purchased by major corporations, Whirlpool, Honda, and others. It will be purchased by companies who will use it for purposes including automotive stainless trim, automotive exhaust systems, sinks, pipe and tube, knife blades, aerospace components, surgical equipment, furnace parts. And so many of these companies are actually located right here in Ohio. The equipment installed here is nearly 100% manufactured in the United States. Key project equipment suppliers are all Ohio-based. So that's even more reason, I think, for us to celebrate. So as governor of the state of Ohio, this is a day I would not miss. Lourenco called me up and he said, hey, you need to be here. I want my governor here. And so I looked at my calendar and I said, well, whatever we're doing today, we're not going to do it. We're going to be right here in Coshocton. So, Lourenco, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for the leadership. Thanks for all of you who make steel here in the state of Ohio. We're very proud of all of you.
This is actually a true story. I called him because the first feedback that we got that he had a busy agenda. He always has a busy agenda. But I called him and said, Governor, look, I need you there. And I explained it's not an investment that I'm promising. It's an investment that we have already concluded. You will start operating. So it's about now, or we're not going to be able to do a ribbon cutting ceremony. So can you clear the schedule? Because if you can't, I will change the date. But he said, no, I will clear my schedule. I said, thank you. So here we are. My governor is here. My friends are here. John Hustad, Frank LaRose. It's great to have you all here. So I'd like to hear from you now, Senator Hustad, please.
Thank you. Thank you. I know that that this is a very big day for you and for your team. Lourenco understands how important it is to do Made in America. He's been a huge champion of it. I know you can tell with his Appalachian accent that he has, that he loves America, and is, frankly, it's somebody who actually has done business around the world that understands and appreciates just how great this nation is and how important it is to make the things that you need to live and thrive, things that are important for your economic and national security have to be made in America. If we want this nation to prosper and to truly be a place where people have great jobs and that the things that are most important for our economic and national security are actually made here. And this is what the America First agenda is all about. Sounds a lot like a political thing. It's like people say these things in politics, but this is what it means. It means protecting American industry. Remember, this is replacing some steel that was being produced somewhere else, using backdoor opportunities to move things in through Mexico and try to replace American manufactured products. But this is the integration of that whole, this is the manifestation of what a Made in America, an America First policy means, because it's construction workers from the community, the people who built the things that are in here, in Wadsworth, Minster, Bedford, okay? These are Ohio companies, American companies. They come here, you produce $150 million of investment, producing an amazing stainless steel roll. Isn't that amazing? That's just an amazing, using new technology, hydrogen technology, to be able to do this, which is cleaner, and then supply companies like Whirlpool, who are huge employers in the state of Ohio. I mean, this is an Ohio day, it's an American day, and Lourenco, thanks for making this investment. It's amazing. I know I talked with my colleagues, Bernie Moreno and I spent a lot of time together over the last 9 days in Washington working on the big, beautiful bill. But I want you to know something else that's in there. This bill had to be accomplished so that companies could continue to expense their huge capital investments, that they get predictability on taxes for research and development to do things here in America. There are many components of this bill that are so important for the future of Made in America, and that's why it was really, really important. And we're glad that we were able to get it done. We know that Troy Balderson is going to be there working to try to get it across the finish line. But this is what it is. That's what, all of those discussions about policies and rhetoric about America First, Made in America, this is what it produces. That's the outcome of all of that. When you do it and you get it right and you actually follow through on what you said you were going to do, then you give people like Lourenco and Cleveland Cliffs the confidence to make these investments in our country, in Ohio, in our communities. And so I'm glad I could be here today. I know that this has been a life's passion for me, to do things around economic development so we can create good jobs, put people to work, help them support their families. And it's just a real honor to serve you and to go fight for these things that lead to days like today. So I'm glad I could be here. Lourenco, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Senator. Senator Hustad mentioned a part of the three-legged stool company workers, and the third-legged stool that makes this thing to stand, the client. So I have a Whirlpool here, so can you please stand? I want to recognize the presence of Whirlpool. Big client, very important. Thank you very much for being here today with us. Our Section 232 efforts.
Right there's their final product. Right
there you go, one of them. And Whirlpool, without the clients like Whirlpool and others, this thing doesn't work. And if we want to protect, if you want to take care of steel and you don't take care of downstream, we're going to be basically preaching to an empty church. We need the church to be full. We need the clients to also have the same type of treatment that we as the steel industry, we know that we have from the administration, we will continue to have. So I'm very proud of what we have done in terms of extending Section 232 downstream to make sure that the cheap, artificially cheap stuff that comes to the country, no more. And then we have Mark and Whirlpool people able to accomplish the great things that we can accomplish together for the benefit of the community, for the benefit of Americans, like Governor Dwine and Senator Hustad just said. So we are a big part of all that. And by the way, my accent's from the South,
yes,
South America.
Southern accent.
So anyway, I can't fix that. And it was not my fault, by the way. My grandson was born, in Cleveland, Ohio. So first Goncalves, born in the United States. With that, Secretary of State, please.
Thank you, Lourenco.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Lourenco. This is it's a great Ohio story, and it's rooted deeply in the heritage of our state. For over 200 years, Ohioans have been really good at making things, and it's also a big part of our future. In fact, this is such an Ohio story, I would humbly suggest maybe next time scarlet and gray instead of this blue and gold color scheme here that we've got, but you know, just a small improvement. American steel is American strength, and it's about leadership and it's about people. It's about leadership at the state level that makes Ohio the place to make an investment like this, and so thank you for making this investment in Ohio. It's about a reasonable regulatory environment that doesn't tie your hands and keep you running in circles. It's about smart tax policy. Yes, at the federal level, it's about the smart application of tariff policy, because Ohio workers can compete with anyone around the world when they're on a level playing field. And the smart application of tariff policy means that we will compete on a level playing field, and when we compete on that level playing field, we will win. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about these men and women that come to work here. The men and women of UAW 3462, who for generations to come at kitchen tables around this region will be able to tell their sons and daughters, you can come to work at the Coshocton Mill like I do. It's a good place to work. It's a good place to get paid fairly, a safe working environment, and job stability for many years to come. So Lourenco, thank you for making this investment. We're proud that this is here in Ohio, and we look forward to many more great things to come. God bless.
Thank you. Look, this place is extremely, extremely important for Cleveland Cliffs, for the state of Ohio, for our communities, and for what we all believe. One person that we haven't recognized yet, and I really would like to recognize publicly for the great work that he does leading this facility here, is our general manager of Coshocton, Troy Bailey. Please stand. Troy and the local president of the UAW 3462, Kurt Nicely, they work extremely well together, hand in hand, and it's pretty much what happens throughout the entire Cliffs organization. And there's a perception that Lourenco is really friendly with the USW. That's true. I'm very friendly with the UAW as well. Today here is UAW, as well as the IAM in Middletown, Ohio, a plant that we are going to hear about Middletown for decades to come. We have a long-term plan for Middletown, Ohio, and Middletown is the benchmark in terms of supplying automotive steel in this country. We are going to continue to improve it. We are going to continue to make it better. So for you guys that have a long career, like Mark Dwine, ahead of him, as Frank, as John, and Bernie, and Troy, and others, we are going to be in Middletown very soon talking about great things that are going to happen in Middletown, Ohio. Because Cleveland Cliffs is here to stay. Cleveland Cliffs is the American iron and steel company. There's no other one anymore left in this country. So we are the last man standing. And we are going to be standing tall, good, investing, making profits, generating jobs, generating wealth for ourselves, taking care of our clients, not only delivering steel on time and with the right quality in a safe way, but also understanding the problems that the clients go through and working together with the clients to resolve the problems. I don't believe for a second that a car manufacturer established in the United States of America would import cars that they produce in South Korea in their own plants and bring the cars to the United States and believe that they will keep doing that forever. And I'm not talking theory, I'm talking reality. So that's what's happening right now. This is what the tariffs are about, to stop this absurd. We are producing in this country right now 8 million cars a year, less than 5 years ago. Only 5 years ago, 8 million cars less produced. 8 million cars less produced is 8 million tons of steel less. That's a recipe for disaster. No more. That's what these tariffs do. You have to produce here in the United States of America. If you want to be here, if you want to share the market, produce here, generate jobs here, generate wealth here, share the wealth with the people, because we, the people, are in charge. Not you, Wall Street player. Not you, CEO, that will be in your job for a year and a half or two, make a lot of money and then retire to the Bahamas. No, we like people that like to work. And these people that like to work, they have a long-term, multi-generational commitment with this country. That's the American dream. That's what we're doing. And that's why being in Ohio is being in the right place. And we'll continue to be here. And thanks again, all of you, for being here.